Welcome back, children. Today we're doing the collective reading for the week of September 26th to October 2nd. We're going to be using a new deck that I did a review for, and that's the Waterfall Deck. And it was created by Terra Oracle, who also has a channel here on YouTube. So I encourage all of you to seek him out. Okay. I encourage all of you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Hit the notification bell and to watch this video all the way through, because Spirit always has a special message for you. Okay. Alrighty. So once again, collective reading for the week of September 26th to the 2nd. Okay. So we have the King of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands, we have a Sun card, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. We're having a party, people. Look at all these individuals that are going to be coming into our lives this week. This is a very interesting week because we're seeing someone who has some real difficulties communicating. They're actually disruptive in the communication. And then we have a Queen of Wands who's actually trying to kind of get things going and build things. So we're starting to see a little bit of a struggle there between these two individuals. One that doesn't want to communicate, one that doesn't want to plan, one that just doesn't want to be a part of something. And then we have someone else who's trying to manifest things, trying to build things, trying to get things moving further along. And I have the Sun card, which basically tells me that it seems like she's going to have her way and that things are really going to start coming together. Some of the challenges is the Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles reverse, is that while this project needs to move further ahead very quickly, there seems to be some concerns around budget. Okay, maybe that's why the king doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe he's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I don't want this to happen. And she's like, no, we have to do this. We have to do this. And the problems with moving this along is that right now we just don't have the money. We don't have the money for this. It's not the right timing. You're trying to move, too fast, and yet we're not ready to make all these changes and these moves, and we have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So it seems that at some point, these two individuals really, there needs to be a coming together, all right? There needs to be some conversation between these two people. They need it. Their love for each other needs to take precedence. They both need to come forward and say, you know what? We can't let this situation impact our relationship, our home, our love for each other. We love each other too much to have financial problems and disagreements over this project or this event get in the way, So I'm seeing the beginning of new communication, new ideas. But then I still see mentally there's still that little piece of, even though we can't do it now, at some point, I gotta let this happen, because the way things are right now, I'm just feeling stagnant. I'm feeling trapped. I'm feeling binded up. And at some point, we really need to revisit this conversation, and we need to make changes, and we need to move forward. Let's see let's get some clarifying cards here. It's going to be a very, very interesting week. A lot of people, a lot of energy is coming. Whatever this event is, or this, I don't know if it's what is this event? Is it a move? Is it a project? I don't know. I see victory. We have a victory card. So I'd see ultimately, at some point, this situation is going to happen. You're going to be victorious in what you really want. It's just that it's not the right time at this point for this week. I think this week is all about having the conversation, having the discussion, looking at your finances, and really seeing where you're stuck. Where are you stuck with all this, and what you might need to do to move ahead and get this job done. It's interesting because even though we see a lot of court cards, I'm not seeing a lot of people per se. I'm seeing this more as attributes of your relationship. I don't see a lot of people coming around, sticking their noses in your business or anything like that. So I think this is more between you and your partner and really trying to figure this out. I'm also getting this sense of maybe a new child. I mean, when I see the Sun card, and it's just bringing to mind a possibility of a new child or a baby in your lives, or the desire for one, and maybe that's why there's this conflict, because you want one and they're thinking more practical, like we really can't afford this right now. And maybe that's why this conversation feels like it needs to happen, you know? And you're feeling like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are very loving, mothering cards. They're very loving, mothering cards. So there's that part of you that wants to really love and nurture, but then you have this partner that's like more pragmatic and kind of saying, well, we can't really afford this right now. And they're feeling like you want to move too quickly, and they're a little stressed. And either they're feeling trapped or you're feeling trapped about this. But I think at some point you are going to get victorious, and it seems like at some point you are going to move towards having that child. And I think this is pretty much the crux of it. It feels like you really want to have this little baby. I'm sorry, I don't have an expansion card. Usually if I have an expansion card, it tells me you want to expand your family, you want to grow it, or a page maybe, but I'm not seeing it. But I am getting this little baby Sun card, which is kind of just keeps talking in my ear. Spirit is talking in my ear, saying baby, 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 baby. So it feels like this is a week of relationship building, relationship conversation, dialogue, possibility of expanding your family, of having a baby, So Let's see what the ancestor cards say. Sometimes the ancestors give us a little bit more information to what we need. What is happening with this relationship? Tell us what we need to know about what's happening in this relationship. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes, Miss Tarot, you can't see the writing on these eagles. Okay, see from a higher perspective. So maybe that's goes back to this whole conversation. Maybe you need to pull back. You need to step back and look at the bigger picture. See both sides of the conversation, of the discussion. So maybe if you could step back and look at the bigger picture and you let go of ego, you can come to some kind of resolution or agreement or a plan to move forward with this. Because it seems you both want the same thing. It's just the timing. It's just the timing. So let's see with the Moonology cards. Families are a beautiful thing. So this is the balsamic moon, a time for healing. Okay. So it's kind of what we're talking about, right? It's talking about while these two might be in discourse, you do need to communicate and start bringing upon some healing, some nurturing, right? Because the Queen of Cups is all about listening and emotions and being there and being that shoulder for you and helping things to create. So it seems like maybe this is, the plan is not to sit there and fight and continue to fight and disagree over this decision, but maybe bring about healing. Maybe it's up to you, since you're the one hearing this message, that you need to step back and take a higher ground and look at the situation for what it is. And maybe you're the one that has to take the first step. There's nothing wrong with taking the first step. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're smart and you're caring and that you're loving and that you're working towards healing, because this is obviously a person that you're really, really committed to and love with, that you even want to move together and make more life, okay? So once again, I don't know if you're going to have a baby, if you're going to adopt, if you're taking in a kid, but it feels like the two of you are really having a lot of conversations about this, okay? There's something, I feel it. Spirit is telling me, like, you both want to you have so much love to give that you want to give it. You want to give it to others. You want to give it to something else. You want to help a child to grow. So whatever that might look like for you, you're just going to have to work through on how you're going to be able to do it. That's all. But, light and blessings on all of you who are hearing this message, who have so much love to give. All right? So thank you for listening to today's reading. And, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Bye-bye.